What you doing, bub? We'll go work in the garden? Come on, let's go. Come on. All right, guys, it's going to be too much of a hassle for me to try and straighten this out here inside the garden now that there's plants. So I'm just going to throw it over into the driveway where I can stretch it out and figure it out. Hey, bro. All right, guys, homesteader tip for the day. Don't do that. I should have wrapped that all up last fall when the garden was done and I had more time and I wasn't pressed like I am now in the spring to get everything done. So it didn't take a super long time, but now that I've done it, I wish I would have just rolled it up last fall. So let's get this all laid out and get it hooked up. All right, guys, I got all my drip tape laid out. I've got it all in the main line and I'm hooked up to my frost free. So what I want to do now is I don't have the plugs on the far end. I want to pump water through the system and flush any dirt or debris or anything that's in there out. And I should be able to check for major leaks at that point. Now that we've flushed the system out, we need to put these end caps on, and that will pressurize the system. So let's see how this works. Now, as I do this, I'm going to tell you guys that this is not a how-to channel. And if you need help getting drip tape going, I suggest you go to any one of the 100 other sites that do drip tape, and will explain to you how to put it together and how to do it. We found drip tape through Living Traditions Homestead, and they pretty much do a tutorial almost every year, and they have several different kinds of systems going. So go check them out if you need a how-to. But when we ordered it, the instructions were very easy to read, and we had no problem putting this system together. So I'm gonna plug these all up and let's see if we got pressure. All right, guys, I don't see any major leaks. I think we're good to go. That is drip tape irrigation. It's pretty simple. I will tell you, I know a lot of people will put staples, fabric staples along their drip edge to hold it in place. We tried that last year. It didn't work for us because this black drip tape will expand and it gets crinkly as it expands and in the sun, and then if it's all stapled down, it's kind of difficult to pull back out straight. So we just lay it up alongside the plants, and when we fire it up, we just take a quick walk through and adjust it as needed. But this gets our garden one step closer, guys. Alrighty, guys, with my drip tape down and all set up, ready to go. There's not much left to do but do some planting. So what I'm going to plant is some Clemson spineless okra. And let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 3 rows of it. All right, guys, let me show you what I got. I got a piece of rebar. I've got it marked off at 1 inch. I'm simply going to put a little hole. I'm going to take 2 seeds, drop them down in that hole, put a little dirt over it, and then I'm going to take a small amount of rabbit manure and put that over it, and that should take care of it. So let's get these rows done. All right, guys, with the garden starting to get planted and vegetables, frankly, that the groundhogs and the bunnies want to get to, we're going to add another layer of security to our new fencing. So let me show you. Right down here at the bottom, about 3 inches up from the ground, we're going to run a hot wire all the way around the garden. And then it's going to run underground where the 2 gates are. And we're going to tie that in, and it's going to be 5 inches off of the fence. So anything that comes up to the fence that might want to scurry underneath or dig a hole, hopefully will get zapped by the hot wire first. And that'll send them away forever. So I've never done electric wire fencing before, so hopefully this goes well. Let's see what happens.
once had a dream. I was standing upon a hill. Oh, I had a dream. You and I stood by the sea, rolling in powerful. I took the deepest breath. I was alive. Oh, true love of mine, I can no longer live. The calling of the wild, the calling of the wild within. Oh, true love, you are my every desire. Once had a dream. I saw a beacon upon a hill, the distant light of a funeral pyre. And there in the flames, I watched my tower fall. I died the deepest death. I'll leave for a new life.
Well guys, as you can see, I am dodging raindrops today. There is sporadic showers coming through and I have to jump inside every 15-20 minutes or so, but we have all of our insulators run and now it's time to do the wire. So I'm going to try and set you guys up and show you the process that I'm using to run this wire. Okay guys, I have my electric wire. Now they make a crimping tool that I can make a loop out of, crimp it together. But I was at the store today, and although the little clips are relatively inexpensive, the crimping tool was $80. That's out of hand. I don't need that tool for this one job. I know a way of making a loop without having to do that. So let me show you what we got, guys. What you want to do is run this out pretty much to where you want it, and I'd say that's arm's length. And then all I'm gonna do is make a loop and then fold it on both sides like that. Can you guys see that? Here, hold on. Can you see that? Okay. Crimp that together a little bit like that. There we go. Now you can see it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another piece of wire. Okay. And you guys might have trouble seeing this, so let me see if I can just do this here. And I left myself with about 6 inches. And I come right off the loop and I make very tight winds around about 2 inches out. Then I fold it back and come back the other way, just like that. Okay, and get that looped all the way around. so it looks like that. Take the other end of your wire, come across your loop, and do the same thing as tight as you can get it. Okay, then I'm gonna come back. Sorry guys if you're not seeing this, it's very difficult with no camera person here to help me get a nice steady shot. Okay, now when this wire comes back to our little loop, you're going to go back across the loop like that and continue weaving it like that, and then come back again. All the way across to the other side. Just like that. Make your end loop as tight as you can get it. Okay. And then cut your excess off. And take your pliers and just twist it around so it's in nice and tight. You don't want any of these little barbs sticking out. Okay. This is the end result. So let's go down to our insulator and I'll show you how this works. All right, guys. So we've got our loop, we've got our end. All I'm gonna do is stick this through my insulator, come back to my loop, go through it like that, and then twist that off good and tight. Okay, and see what that does? That gives me my loop. Just like that. All right, guys, I got it lashed in on the other side, and I'm gonna show you how I tighten it. It's super easy. Stick a screwdriver in there or anything you have and just twist and keep twisting. And then what it's gonna do is it's gonna pull that line nice and tight. All right, that's all there is to it. Make sure it's not touching the fence, not touching the ground. Obviously, right here, I'm gonna have to do a little weed whacking, but once I put that hot generator on it to power this up, it should not grow up against it really that much anymore anyway. So I've got 2 more sides to do. I'm gonna get on it and then we'll start running the line to charge this up.
I wish I could see the future. I wish I could see what's left I know there must be an answer, or am I wasting what is left? And there is such thing as a vision of a story I'd like to live. But when you're stuck inside a prison, you never know how long to give. To think in negatives, I don't like to think too much. No need for any sedatives, but sometimes I feel messed up. And I like to think in positives, and that always seems enough. But it's far too much to think of when you're laying on your own. Yeah, there's far too much to think of when you're laying on your own.
Alrighty guys, as you can see, I ran my underground cable out to the garden fence and I dug a very shallow trench. Now, this line that I'm using, this line right here, that is a ready berry line, and it's UV protected and it has a very heavy insulation. So you can actually just lay this on the ground. But because we're going to do lawn mowing and different things, we're going to slightly bury it under the ground. I'm not going to bury it. Oh, can you guys see me? Let me turn this way. Oh, look at that. There's light on my face now. I'm not going to bury it very deep, because one thing I've learned in my year of homesteading is nothing is ever really permanent. So we don't know, we might need to dig it up, we might need to move it. So we're just going to put it about an inch or two down, cover it up so that we can drive the lawnmower over it. And right here, you can see I put a piece of conduit, because there's a possibility tractors or vehicles could drive over that section. So I protected it with a little conduit. So I'm gonna get this buried and pulled tight all the way over there to our telephone pole, because that is where we're gonna hook up our charger.
Packed a photo of us from our very first date. You packed the water 'cause I couldn't carry the weight. And into the ashes you carved out a heart with our names. I can still picture your smile through the mask on your face. And we keep dancing through siren sound. They drown the crying out, but there's nothing
Well guys,
to cry.
we're not on the homestead anymore. Hey honey.
Hey.
Oh, sorry guys, I'm on my phone, so the photo quality is not going to be that great. But Missy, what happened?
My car got stuck on Route 20 in Georgia, and Eric had to drive all the way out here to get me.
Well, it got more than stuck.
Well, yeah. Who knows what's wrong with it?
Who knows what's wrong with it, but guys, I'm pretty sure it's blown up.
It could be.
Yeah, it wouldn't had lost power warning
I
light.
don't know why, but the StabiliTrak light went off, and it said that my engine had low power.
Yeah, and then when it finally died, and you tried to restart it,
it smoked.
It was smoking. That's not a good sign, guys, but like she said, I hopped in the car. We're, I don't know, 20 minutes west of Atlanta, and drove from our place in Arkansas all the way down here yesterday. I got in, I don't know, 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
1:30, 2
1:30,
o'clock. Grabbed 4 or 5 hours sleep and at the hotel, and we're gonna head over and check out the car. All right, crank it over. Try it one more time. Okay. Okay. Well, I think the motor's blown.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. That car lasted a long time.
It did, but
Yeah.
there's no fixing it. I
No.
can't afford to put a new engine in it.
No. No. By the time we put a new engine in it, had it towed somewhere, and then came back down here to pick it up, it's got 160,000 miles on it. We can get you another vehicle for that kind of money. So I guess we're leaving the car here. So I called a couple of boneyards that take cars, because I've played this game before, and I got a quote to scrap the car out. And then I called this guy at the towing service back, because he said, oh, you can scrap the car here. And I knew he would have wanted me to pay him $200
Yeah.
and then keep the car. Well, I got a $300 quote from the other place, and I called them back and said, listen, I got a $300 quote. They're gonna come get the car right now. You eat the towing fee and give me $50. I'll mail you the title.
Yeah.
And he took it. So we're gonna hit the road, guys. Time to get back to the homestead.
I've got a long drive ahead.
Long drive.
There's no one that I'd rather watch the world end with. We used to joke about how.
All right. Well, we're leaving the old Captiva behind.
We are. I will miss it.
Yeah, no, that's gonna stink. I mean, we'll be down to one vehicle family for a little while.
Yeah. I'll look around. There's always stuff posted on Craigslist, Facebook. You just never know what you can find.
Yeah,
Really bumpy.
I'm pretty sure that that engine sucked a valve or
Yeah.
spit a hole through a piston or something like that for it to dump out 4 quarts of oil pretty quick. And then you said it was blowing smoke
Yeah.
when you were trying to start it.
Oh yeah. It just like smoke was billowing out of the front end.
Yeah.
So.
Which almost tells me it sucked a valve of some kind. So
Yeah, but that's all right.
yeah. I mean, challenges. Life is full of challenges, guys, and it's what you do. Whoa, truck, big truck. Needs to stay in his own lane. Life is full of challenges, guys. You just, how you deal with them, that's the important part, and there's nothing we can do about this.
No.
We just gotta keep moving forward.
Super volcanoes and meteors out of the clouds. And we always knew it would end in a nuclear shroud. And we could say we told you so. the sun